Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your tarot card reading for January 2023. This is a general reading, so keep in mind that the roles of the individuals or energies identified may be swapped and that the intensity of the situation may vary. So feel free to take with you whatever messages resonate and leave behind for others whatever does not. In this first column, we get a message from your higher self about an aspect of your life seeking peace. You have Serapis Bay, Ascension. You also have Judgment, Three of Wands, and King of Pentacles. In this second column, we look at the energy of your love life. You have this card of contemplation. You also have Ten of Wands, the Hermit, and King of Cups here. And then in this third column, if I can pick it up, we get a message from your future self about prosperity. You have a card of taking risks. You also have Three of Swords, Two of Cups, and 10 of Swords. So here at the bottom of the deck, the influencing energy of the reading, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is a sense of balancing your wants and needs to obtain some harmony. So Taurus, let's take a look here at this aspect of your life-seeking peace. This Ascension card says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. So there kind of seems to suggest that maybe you have not been your true self, perhaps not rising above. Maybe the darkness is a sense of self-doubt, or it could be someone, making you think there is something to doubt yourself about. But here, there is kind of always room for improvement, to change, and to kind of realize that certain challenges or obstacles actually help us to grow and give us like life lessons to learn from, and that basically, you have, there's always opportunity to change things to go in the direction you want. So here with this Judgment card, there does seem to be something where there is reflection to be made. This Judgment card kind of is like the Fool, in the sense of just like sing your happy song, play this lovely tune, and kind of wash the past away. But life isn't really that easy. It does take some reflection, honest reflection on what you have control over, what you don't have control over, what you can change and what you can't change. Here with the Three of Wands, there's a sense of possibly looking forward, wanting to make connections, to move forward, possibly to move out of a situation that you are in. And here you have the King of Pentacles. What's interesting is you have the King of Cups over here. King of Pentacles is more practical, might have more material wealth, more like a hard worker. Um, with the King of Cups, it is more of emotional support and like tenderness, romance. So it could be that, considering Taurus, that your element is earth, this could be you as the King of Pentacles. Maybe there's something you've been stubborn about, but it also could be, someone else who is kind of, set in their ways a little bit. So let's take a look at this King of Pentacles here. You have the Eight of Swords, and that is kind of feeling that you are unable to get out of your situation. So here, this rise above the darkness, rising above, seeing things clearly, recognizing your environment will help you to kind of see the things that you thought were obstacles might not really be obstacles, or you can change them in some way. So if the King of Pentacles is you, it may be that you are kind of being like set in your ways and stubborn, but there is a, if you have certain like thought processes where it's kind of like, if you, that's kind of like your go-to of, conflict or self-criticism, then that, could be you. For some of you, it's feeling like this could be someone else that is making you feel like you can't really leave your situation. So let's take a look at the Three of Wands. You have the Emperor, and that is similar to the King of Pentacles in that it's someone who is set in their ways. They're doing something that's traditional. There's a certain plan that they have. There is a certain structure they adhere to. However, they also do rise above and they do see things clearly. What I do think is interesting is you have in this, column of prosperity about taking risks. Emperor is not really a risk taker. So let's take a look at this Judgment card. You have the Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is unlike the Emperor and unlike the Queen of Pentacles in that the Queen of Wands marches to the beat of their own drum. You got this Judgment music card here. Someone who is full of passion, someone who is willing to stand up for what they believe in, follow their heart, like a social butterfly, someone who is going to do what they want because they feel that, they're called to do it. My mom kind of reminds me like of the Queen of Wands sometimes. Quick story, I went to Vegas for my brother's 50th birthday, and my mom was out in the middle of the dance floor doing line dancing because she has a seniors club, does line dancing, but she is like, I don't care if I'm like the oldest person in this club, I'm going to go out there and do my line dancing. So that's kind of a sense of it's kind of feeling like you have certain structures, certain rules, but you're wanting to get out of that. And it's kind of a sense of rising above and, following your passion and recognizing what is it that is calling to you. So here, the energy of your love life, you have this contemplation. So this is kind of a card that indicates you are stuck in some type of thought process. You have the number 69 here, if that is something you are interested in knowing about. But basically, this card kind of indicates that just asking the right question will really help you figure out what it is that you are trying to get to. So here you've got the 10 of Wands. Seems like a heavy burden, a lot of responsibility. Taurus, you tend to take on a lot, and it's not that you are unable to accomplish your goals. It might be that there's a different way to approach it, to reach it, ask for help, something along those lines. With the King of Cups here, it is seeming, possibly that you're wanting more emotional connection with someone, um, wanting more emotional support, um, and with this Hermit card, there is a sense of possibly alone time can help you figure out meditation, yoga, spending time in nature. It could help you figure out what it is that you are really looking for when it comes to your love life. So let's see what Chubby Bun has to say about this King of Cups here. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And, that's a sense of working hard to get what you want and enjoying the rewards of it. So, for those of you who are contemplating whether you should, look for a partner that is more emotionally balanced for you or more emotionally grounded, someone who is, more compassionate than the type of people you have been with, then it seems like that is, it seems like that's what you're kind of contemplating. Let's take a look at this Ten of Wands up here. You have the Death card. So it's a sense of that changing, that letting something go. And there's, possibly a connection you are not necessarily ready to let go of, or not sure how to let go of it. So let's take a look at this Hermit card. You have the Five of Swords. And this is kind of like a card of winning at all cost, a sense of, like a false sense of victory, and really leaving a situation with no winners. It's like a lose-lose situation. So, for some of you, it might be that there is a concern about leaving a relationship or being alone. And it's kind of like, well, if I'm, dating someone now who, isn't really fulfilling own, that's a concept of like a false sense of victory. So it could be that here with this aspect of your love life, making a decision, or actually asking the question, contemplating on the question, is probably the best way to spend your time, as opposed to thinking, well, if this outcome, then that. Just looking at what it is you're trying to figure out, to find out. That's kind of like the focus of that. With respect to prosperity, you have this card of taking risks. So it's not that people don't have fears or you should get rid of your fears. Fears actually help you to kind of see what scares you, what to take a cautious approach to, but it's being able to move forward despite the fears, doing something new, doing something out of the box, outside of the way that you usually do things. And, not focusing on the negative or the failures of it, but, recognizing that um, you can't fail if you don't even try. You can't succeed if you don't even try. So it's kind of like either or. If you don't take a chance, you are stuck in the same place. So you have the Three of Swords. That seems like, heartbreak, uh, upset, disappointment. You have the Ten of Swords. And this is kind of a sense of, possibly taking a risk will end that cycle of doubt, communications not working out, trusting someone that's not right for you, trusting in a situation that's not right for you. And you also have the Two of Cups. So it may be that you need to take a risk when it comes to relationships, ending relationships, beginning relationships. So it looks like endings is the focus here. So let's take a look at this Ten of Swords. You have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands has come up twice for you, Taurus. It is a sense of like this ending this relationship, cutting ties. It is something that is going to be difficult for you, but it's been difficult for you because of how you've been looking at, the situation and needing to formulate the right question. And it seems like it comes back to the same thing. Ten of Wands comes back to this transformation, this loss, goes to this Ten of Swords. Both of them have this new day ahead, this new, bright day where there's risks to be taken. So let's take a look at the Three of Swords. You have the Four of Pentacles. So Taurus, that is you trying to hold on tightly to what you know because it's formed a foundation for you. What's interesting about this Four of Swords is, Four of Pentacles, not Four of Swords. Four of Pentacles, it occurs on a stage. And that begs the question of whether or not this security, this foundation is a true foundation or it's something that is an act or a portrayal or performance, if you will. So let's take a look at this Two of Cups. We're back to the Three of Wands over here. And it seems that taking a risk is going to help you step out of that box that you might be in and really either follow your own heart to kind of move on, or moving on will really allow you to get that connection that you're looking for with when it comes to love a certain someone. I'm going to close the reading here with the Revolving Time Oracle to answer 3 of your questions. If you don't have any questions, feel free to pause the video. You can ask yes or no questions. You can ask about when something will happen. So you can, if you have only one question, you can kind of take them all together to answer as one. So question number 1, you have this card of growth. Card 3, this corresponds with the Empress card. Again, your element of earth. The answer is yes. With respect to time, it says time is dependent on another factor. So let's take a card for 2. Question 2. It has here the future, and really this is for you to determine that contemplation. What is it that you want for your future? What from your past will help you to figure that out? What is it that your past you want to avoid doing in the future? What is it from your past that you do want for your future. How is it that, certain things in your future can be easier to accomplish? Is it making lists? Is it setting deadlines? Is it talking to someone that you trust? Is it, changing things entirely around? And then for your third question, we have card 35. And it says action. This is equivalent to the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, Knight of Swords. I'm mixing up my swords and pentacles. Knight of Swords, element air. And the answer is no with respect to time. It says time to charge forward. So here, if you only have one question that you want answered, you have yes and no. This would kind of indicate that you should contemplate more on what the question is and think about what it is you want for your future to decide if you want to kind of focus on growth, which is kind of like this concept of death, letting things go, closing doors so new ones can open, or do you want to focus on action? And if that is the case, is it doing something new, doing something that you've done before, and charging forward with whatever your decision is? So Taurus, I hope this reading provides a helpful perspective of your month. We'll see you next time. Take care.